Hi guys, Dan here. I'm back with another Paint the Town Red video today, and this is a very different looking one to usual. This is what Paint the Town Red used to look like back in 2015 when it was first released on Steam, the first early access version. Early access version 1, expect issues, many improvements, new levels and content to come. And this is what the game did used to look like all those 8 years ago when it was released. That may be a little bit more obscure knowledge nowadays because the full release was done in July 2021, and that's now the official, quote-unquote, official release date on Steam. And it's the one that that made people flock to the game again, and there's new YouTube content posted on it. But if you used to watch anyone like Jacksepticeye play this back when it was released, then this may look familiar to you, the newspaper machine on the menu. And I imagine there was a rather different type of lore that was intended to be attached to the game than beneath at this sort of period. But it's really cool. I miss this menu because I don't actually remember playing with this menu. I don't think I owned the game when this menu was being used anymore. I remember the more traditional menu that you now have a slightly different version of back then, obviously, and different music and all that stuff, because that was well before the original soundtrack. So I don't remember the newspaper menu as a player. I do remember watching it in all sorts of videos. There's a guy called Parker Games who made a video on this. More levels coming soon. Give us your suggestions. If only I'd been around then, I could have suggested a space station scenario or something. But no, I got into this game in 2016, so I'm a little bit late to this. Actually, it's quite late in 2016 as well. But I'm just going to get on and have a little play through some of this, because I haven't done in great detail. But the reason I'm going on playing on it now is because we're discussing at the moment in the speedrunning community side of this game how to implement the old categories for speedrunning. I've gone on Disco. Hang on, I'll start with Biker Bar, that'd be sensible. All the interface will look a little bit different. It's had a complete rework, meddling over the years, but we'll get in and see what's going on with it. Biker Bar does look extremely similar. I never remember it being very different. All of the stuff that's changed about this game really is the gameplay itself, rather than the actual stuff around. Obviously, there are some trivial differences with the Biker Bar. For example, there are no female characters. That was very, very long time sort of thing. Now, has this machete always been up here? Yeah. It's always been up here. This has got the even crappier version of grabbing weapons in this. They had a really... oh my god, things don't stick into surfaces that well. I've also got probably like max settings on, because this is a computer which is maybe auto-adjusted, or maybe it just comes on max settings. So there's all this bloody reflections and stuff that I don't really want on. Which is obviously why my computer, you may be able to hear it in the background, is having a nightmare. Again, even though I run it quite minimal. I'm just going to check out, see what this is. By the way, this is all available on Steam. If you own the game on Steam, you can come and check this out for yourself if you are nostalgic for this sort of side of the game. And has that machete in the rafters always been there? Yes, it has. I've not picked it up, but that's amazing. I thought that was something that they added in later on with Eternic, the old crafty old devil. I guess we'll get into some combat, see what it's like. I had a very quick go around in Disco, but other than that, haven't done much. Yep, the legs still fall off in the same way. The voxels are still there, just a bit different. I remember the old... snare sound effect, if that's what you can even call it. Is that what it is? Yeah, it's a snare, kick drum, whatever it is. I've got the old weapon hit and breaking sounds that sounded like a knife going into a watermelon every time, or a knife going into a puddle. It's a bit weird. And that pool cue breaking just sounds like a stick, like, wilting in the rain or something. It's not as satisfying as you have nowadays, with these heavy clunks and stuff. No, I much prefer the... Yeah, I much prefer the mum sound effects, obviously. I don't realise how much I think it's an improvement. There's some stuff, like the throwing is much less crisp. I can't power up the throw, it's just at full power immediately. That's actually quite funny, we could do some funnies with that. Just throw it at people randomly like this. There we go, that was a decent throw as well. I suppose we could have a look around. Yeah, obviously, as I said, it's much harder to pick up weapons in this version of the game. But as I was saying, go into the betas branch. You do that by going into the properties side of your game on Steam. And then, yeah, this is not available on console, I'm afraid, as is so little. So much other stuff is not on console, it's a tragedy, really. But the lighting's also a little bit different in this version, and there's some other stuff. I wonder, Arena, when was Arena introduced? They added one Arena. It was Arena 1 for quite a while, and then there was a second one. And then it goes in order, as you might expect. But there was 1 and 2 for quite a while. I remember that. I was really fed up with 1 one evening. I stayed up until 1 in the morning to beat it. That was many years ago. That was a particularly difficult time. So let's go down here. What's this? That's just a texture problem, I suppose. Could be. Some more blood has come through the ceiling. All of this is very similar to how you might imagine. Blood has all just come through the ceiling, by the way. I think that's what that is. Other than that, very similar indeed. The kicks are the same. Oh, there's the kick meter is at the top right. It looks... Same sound effect they've had for that long. quite incredible, really. I remember thinking this game was really difficult at this stage, and it probably was, this similar stage to this. If you want to see other betas than this, by the way, do let me know. I will try them. What I like to do best, really, in this game is speedrunning. I suppose we should have a go at speedrunning it. The machete is going to be bloody hard to grab. Can we still use the keys? Yes, we can. And we have the old shockwave sound effects. You got to love it. We also float a lot more, and sort of like automatically jump almost if we don't land on a perfectly flat surface. I think that's what's happening anyway. I could be wrong. Let's go up and see if we can grab this machete. And, oh my goodness. Right, we're not getting very much luck with that. We'll just go on top of the bar. Again, as usual, as you might do in the modern patch. Oh, wait, no, sorry. The old hitboxes, these weapons are massively screwing me there. How did he ever expect people to pick this up? Was he able to himself, Eternic? Don't know, Eternic, developer of the game. The programming developer of the game, anyway. Okay, I can't grab that. Grab it for yourself. You prove how much of a fool I am. One thing I'm noticing immediately is the durability is worse in all of these versions of the game. These older versions of the game, more or less all of them. There's a knife on this shelf here, which you don't usually get in the speedruns, but one hit! Oh, this would drive you mad nowadays, RNG-wise. One hit for a bladed weapon. It must have come from, I have no idea, Alibaba, or whatever that website is. AliExpress, that's the one I'm talking about. Okay, I forgot I can't power up immediately. There a baseball bat behind the bar still? Yes, but there's no bar, woman bar serving person to fight for it. Excellent. Is there someone in the toilets, as usual, as there was? Possibly. We'll have a look. The box is not going down. This bat just seems to last for however long it feels like, to be honest. Let's see if we grab a mug. Do these all break immediately? They break very quickly, don't they? Yeah, I prefer the durability now. We weren't able to crouch in this version of the game. You might be able to hear me slamming the control key and not getting anything. It's nice that the hints come up for what you're actually able to do at any particular point. Yeah, the shockwave is less satisfying than I remember. Let's grab the machete from the desk, shall we? We can grab it early. Well, that's a good question. Can we grab Katana Boss's katana early? Was that a late addition, or has that always been a bit weird? We're not doing amazing on health, but I was going to say, I remember the interface actually looking something a bit like this. I remember certainly the power bar and the health bar looking like this. Or very similar, at least. I've got a lot of motion blur on as well. That probably looks a bit stupid and pointless, but oh my god. Can we get out of here? I'm not hell-bent on completing this level, but I understand why people thought it was harder back then, because it really is clearly harder. I've basically exploited all of the weapons that I could possibly get my hands on. I've already got that, I'm forgetting myself. Can we go up here? Yes. I mean, the actual value for combat in this game at this point, not as good, but you wouldn't expect it to. 7 years in the making, looks exactly the same, but it plays so much better. Oh my god. Maybe I'm just not used to this one. We've got the classic biker bar bottles that should still break into shanks, if you like. Full power throw, and we can just keep doing full power throws. And there's no restriction at all on the pickup time in this version either, so this is completely broken. I was going to say, might have got me there, but I have his knife. It's okay. One hit with the knife. Makes me irrationally annoyed, like I've just picked up one from a shockwave pile of enemies I had already used or something. Ugh, come on. Get me out of here. You used to be able to do this just about, but you actually just get caged in now. Gotta go out the main way. Everyone's fighting down there. Right, I don't want this to be a hugely long video or to ramble for too long, so obviously you could just beat the rest of the level by picking up different weapons. It doesn't seem like having cool weapons or hard to find weapons actually helps you. Oh, there was no knife under the pillow at this stage, was there? That's interesting. Didn't think that would be the case. There is a tyre iron still here. If you don't know, there should be a knife under that pillow normally, and the tyre iron's always been there. So as we'll give Berserk a go, see how different it was. Oh, it's very, very much the same thing, but it looks kind of cooler in a weird way. Maybe that's just because of my graphics that have been defaulted to very high. Rate at which it goes down. I can't help but feel there's a bit more. I might be wrong. I feel like that wouldn't be changed, but there we are. I may have had a meddling of some sort. Very good. Right, I think we'll move on to Disco and check that out, because that's all the other content available in the first early tests patch. Restart level, yeah, we can do quality settings. I won't mess with it now. The load times are much better, which is another thing, and instant. You click play, and then there's a little bit of stutter, and you're in. Perfect. There we are. We could do with... Okay, so one thing is that the Katana boss isn't as much of a behemoth as it usually appears to be in Disco in the modern update. Actually, you can just kill him with one hit, technically. He doesn't have strong... I don't know if it's that he doesn't have strong bones or if there's some problem with his neck voxels. We should just be able to decapitate him there. Yeah, there we are. It worked quite well there. It's not terribly inconsistent. Oh god, the machete feels like it cuts deeper as well. That's quite satisfying. Oh, there's tables in here in this update. But we've got nunchucks. These have always been here. And they break in possibly the most pointless, annoying way ever. Now, this katana, you may be familiar with katanas having loads of durability. But look at this. I think this will break in about 5 hits. What are we on? 4, 5, I goes wrong. 6. It can do these really stupidly broken hits where it just slices through loads of people and doesn't get stuck ever. If this has high durability, I'll look silly now. But I think this is meant to be... Yeah, there is some evidence of that there. It breaks a bit quickly. Grab ourselves a knife and do it. You can see there's no music, so we can't enjoy the royalty-free Kevin MacLeod bangers that you got in 2017-18. And before that, of course, a little bit. This is also before Prison was in the game, if you can imagine such time. I don't remember that. I think I can remember possibly either videos or even playing the game before Pirate Cove was a thing. That must have been several years ago, though. Yeah, I can remember playing it. I can remember playing before Arena 2. I can't remember playing the game when there was no arena, though. I can't remember playing the game with the newspaper machine. As I say, 2016. I'm not sure where that puts me on the timeline, but there we are. This was also a game that was on Steam Greenlight, if anyone remembers that. That was a great platform that prevented people from just putting actual Bitcoin miners that were hentai games or whatever on the page. And that's a different topic, but that is what happens nowadays. I don't know if it was maybe also a problem then and it's just sort of disappeared, or it was those games have completely fallen into obscurity or something, or they've been taken off the workshop because there was more serious moderation then. I don't know. I'm just rambling at that. Let's get the pimp cane. What am I doing? I'm not getting it. Come on. Oh, we can still grab it from him in this update. Can we get his leg? No, we can't crouch down to get it. Sorry if you can hear my door opening. My cat's pulling my door open at the moment. This, does it still... Oh, it still blows people's heads up, but it has no durability at all. Did I already use nunchucks here? I'm so forgetful when I'm talking about things. Can we get you... What do you have? You have the baseball bat. Is that from the table over there? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Oh, no, that one still appears to be there. How are you even meant to grab it? Is it even in there? No, it's in this table. I'm dumb. I don't remember, because it's something I never would pick up in a speedrun, ever. Really, I mean, the run's dead if you have to pick this up, let's be honest. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my channel main trailer video, whatever it is, the first thing that appears. It should be a disco speedrun. It should be my personal best. I don't think I've done better than that. That's the strategy that you would normally implement. I don't know how that would work at all nowadays. I think it would be, first of all, massively more RNG dependent, and second of all, awful. And I don't think anyone should ever speedrun that in the current form. People don't really take damage from the shockwaves in this, or they don't seem to go upwards like they do now, which is crazy and very funny. I suppose that the reason people think this is sort of a sandboxy god mode game is because of Shockwave. It's so silly and unimmersive when you consider that this is kind of an immersive lore available. I remember the enemy counter being in the bottom middle of the screen rather than in the right hand side. Oh no, it's on the left normally, sorry. I remember it being there, so I'm not sure when that was changed. I have a couple of videos on my channel with that actually in that position. I think it was probably 2018 that was still around, so don't know when. There was some kind of release in 2019 which changed a lot of these old sound effects. I'm wondering if that's it. Oh my god, the guards don't even have guard outfits, or like, I don't know, bouncer, that's probably what they actually are. They're just blokes who come in with some weapons. What's that all about? Get you as well. Maybe that's how Eternic made this prop with that new physics glitch in the editor. If you regularly keep up with my content, you'll know what I'm talking about. What on earth is going on here? This is a classic Unity early bug. Enemy doesn't know what's going on. Take him down and get a shockwave in there. Fantastic. That's brilliant. I don't remember ever seeing that glitch, but that's fantastic to look at. Just really entertaining. Good old game development. And there are still problems with the game, so you can go and enjoy that for yourself. If you don't own the game, then I do recommend it, but only really if it's on sale. I mean, now there isn't a... It's okay, if it's on console, don't buy it unless it's on sale. I love this game, but it is not worth it on console at all unless it's on sale. And you are certain that you will like the base game stuff from PC. That is the only reason I buy it on console. On PC, it's very much worth it. Any price point, really. But you can wait until the sale, because it goes on sale every Steam sale. It's on sale right now, actually, if I upload this video quickly enough. There's one more enemy. He's in the bathroom and I've not aggroed them, perhaps? Yeah, he doesn't come out ever, so you just be looking for him. There we go, baseball bat. There we go, reasonable death. I feel like they die in about the same number of hits as they do in the current format of the game. But level complete. There we are. You don't get no reward at all. You don't get any stats. So they went from no stats to having lots of stats to having slightly less stats. I'm confused by the development cycle of this game. This is also super niche, but I've just noticed that they went from having a yellow outline for the weapons to an orange outline for the weapons to making it dark orange outline to making it orange-yellow again. I don't understand what the point of that is, and I feel like it might be Eternic procrastinating. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like or whatever. I can make lots of Paint the Town Red content. If you want me to check out any of the other patches, please say so, and I'll try and get them to work. Some of them don't actually load on my computer. I'll try and fix that. I'm not sure why that's happening, but it could be to do with Redist or VC Redist, or possibly to do with the CPU I have. That was a problem with Sims recently. I think Sims 3, if you had a modern Alder Lake CPU, that wasn't launching. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.